guys! Today we are going to talk about my moon face update and how I slimmed my face down. This video will be about all the methods, products, and procedures I've tried to help slim my face down due to the result of having Cushing's disease and long-term steroid usage. So the first thing I want to talk about was my tumor removal. It took around 6 to 9 months to see my face shrinking, and I recovered at 18 months and saw the full results of my moon face getting smaller. I was happy in general with it, but I still feel like I struggled to see a huge difference with how I knew my face before getting sick. I can try to find a picture of how I used to look and put it into the video, but I used to have a pretty sculpted face. So as you guys know, just like how you look pre-Cushing's and getting sick, you remember that person, you remember that face. So when you look in the mirror, it's harder to recognize, and you see your flaws that the illness has caused. I wouldn't say flaws, but I would say changes. And for me, once I recovered, I was still pretty unhappy with how I looked, and that's okay. I'm all about leaning into self-acceptance, but for me, I knew that I could still love myself and accept myself, but I wanted to be able to like what I saw when I looked in the mirror. It was just a huge insecurity of mine, and many of you guys have already told me how much it bothers y'all too, and so that's why I wanted to make this video. Here's Mr. Zorro again. I want to talk about is things that I tried naturally and things that you can do yourself, and then later on I'll talk about the other procedures and services I had to help slim my face down. The number one thing you want to look out for while you're in recovery is to be able to know what kind of food sensitivities you have and any food triggers, because I've noticed that when I eat certain things, it does create bloating. And so let's see, I went gluten-free, and I've been gluten-free for 4 years now, and I realized that the minute I stopped eating gluten, I could tell the difference within a week. My face was shrinking, and even my partner who I'm with noticed that my face was getting smaller too. So I did not know that I was sensitive to gluten, but it makes sense because my sister has an allergy to gluten too. Avoiding sugar and carbs and high salt intake actually helps too. Obviously, you've heard me from before, I'm just not that great about my diet, but I do try to be more mindful about these things that I put in my body. And the next thing would be healing your gut. If you have a sensitive gut and you have sensitivities when it comes to digestion, whether it's constipation or too much of the other, I highly suggest that you look into healing your gut, because if your gut isn't processing everything the way it should, you will see it, the manifestations in your body too, physical symptoms, as in bloatedness, acne, skin rash, lethargy, just looking tired overall, sunken eyes. It could be so many things. One thing that really helped me with healing my gut was celery juice. I don't know if you guys know about the medical medium, but he is great. Kind of like a medium for health, and he has cured and treated so many people with just diet. He uses vegetables for medicinal purposes, and so one of his biggest things that he likes to tell everyone to try is celery juice. It's just great for cleansing. It helps me de-bloat. It makes my stomach feel happy and running smoothly, so I really highly recommend celery juice. I think he's also able to help so many people with eczema and psoriasis from doing celery juices and changing their diet. The green juice in powder that I suggested in my last healing gut digestive video, I really do highly recommend that, because it helps me with my bloating too, and it helps with my gut. So I highly recommend doing green juices and taking the green powder if you're too lazy to juice like me. The next thing you guys know is probiotics and prebiotics. It comes in my green powder supplement, so I do get my probiotics that way. You can get it from yogurt, any kind of cultured food products, but I really do highly recommend it because I've noticed that when I take probiotics, I am less bloated overall. Obviously, drink more water, drink less sugar and carbonated sodas. So all of these things did really help me Overall, I'm glad I had Cushing's because it taught me a lot, and my experiences with it turned me into the person I am today, but I am not happy with how it changed my appearance. I was on this journey to be able to just get back to who I recognized in the mirror. Whether I looked like my old self again or my new self, I wanted to be able to feel like snatched and beautiful and, you know, kind of match the vibes that I was feeling on the inside. So during my journey with recovery, I did work at a medical spa as an esthetician for a while, and there I felt like I was in a brand new world of beauty. And so one of the things that I talked to like the nurses I worked amongst was that I was not happy with my acne and my moon face, and they suggested a lot of things that I could try to help make my face look better. Aesthetically. The nurse practitioners there, I love her. She is the best. She told me that I had a lot of like overgrown muscle here because I have TMJ, and basically I just clench my jaw a lot, and I think that has to do with when I had braces as a kid and they took out all this teeth and pushed it in, so my bite is just like really small, and you know, it hurts. Like my jaw feels really tight all the time. And so she recommended that I get Botox on my masseter muscles, and these are the muscles right here. As you can see, when you flex this, it used to be really strong and like it kind of protruded a little bit. So I did a few sessions of the Botox in my masseter muscle to help with my TMJ, and the plus was that I, you know, didn't get headaches anymore. I didn't have like jaw pain because from the clenching, and it kind of trained my muscle to kind of relax to the point where I don't clench as much. I know when I'm overdue because I start clenching again, but I did notice that one of the biggest benefits too was that my muscle shrunk and so did my jawline. So I was able to achieve more of that V-line face. And I think that that really helped, and I do highly recommend it, especially if you have clenching problems and it gives you pain and headaches. But also, you know, just the benefit of having a slimmer face is great. I will say the only drawback is that it is an expensive treatment, and you have to get it every 3 to 6 months. Mine will last around 6 months, but you know, if you're doing Botox in your masseter muscle every 6 months to a year and you do this forever, it's hard to justify the cost, right? You want a more permanent solution, especially if you don't have TMJ and a clenching issue the way I do. So bear with me, guys. This is a journey we're going on, okay? So I loved what the Botox did for my masseter muscle to slim my face down, but I also felt as though I wanted to address like the laxity of my skin. As you guys all know, with Cushing's disease, it really messes with your collagen on your face, and you know, taking steroids too can have a really detrimental effect on the collagen on your face, right? So you feel a little bit saggier, especially after the bloating, the weight gain, you know, stretching out your skin. So I wanted to be able to address my skin laxity. And so that's when I went to a craniofacial doctor, and she is just my favorite too. She is great. She's an artiste, and she's able to help people balance out their face. She suggested that I did a radiofrequency procedure called Profound RF, and she also suggested if I wanted to try a buccal fat removal. Due to Cushing's, acne scars, laxity, and previous bloating from steroid usage, radiofrequency would tighten skin and increase collagen production to restore from a deeper level, like deep down in there. The buccal fat removal would address excess face fat that has accumulated during Cushing's and steroid usage, and that would be removing part of the buccal fat pads. Buccal fat pads are like right here, and mine was obviously bigger than usual, and for me, and so taking a little bit of it would help reduce the moon face and the roundness in my face. I will say, if you're going to consider buccal fat removal, just make sure you go to someone who is experienced, because if they take out too much, you're gonna look very gaunt like that. I don't know if you guys seen like pictures of celebrities who's gotten way too much buccal fat removal, but it's really aging. Like so loud here. Like they have construction outside right now. They're building like another building at this apartment, and my significant other is working from home, so he's in the guest room working, and it is so loud. With my doctor's recommendations, I really felt as though like this is exactly what I needed, and so I was very excited to be able to book the procedure. You are going to be awake while you're in this procedure. You're not going to have to go under anesthesia and have all of the side effects from anesthesia and like the risk of not being able to wake up. So I was very happy that I could be able to do that. They obviously numb you. They make sure you're comfortable. They give you like laughing gas if you need it, which I believe is called Pronox. And oh my gosh, that stuff is crazy. You just feel very drunk or high while you're on it. The procedure was fairly easy. She talked me through everything that she was doing. She made me feel very comfortable, and she was just a really great doctor. And the recovery was 7 days. I was puffy, very puffy, and if I can find one of those pictures, I will post it in this video too. I was very puffy, and it was very scary for a while. I had to like wrap my head in like this bandage thing, and it made me look even crazier. But I did return to work after 2 days. I did not care. My clients don't care. They're like all about beauty and, you know, doing what makes you feel better. So when they saw me in this bandage, they were like, what procedure did you do? And I want to know all about it so I can do it for myself too. And so I was puffy for 7 days, but by day 8, I woke up and my puffiness went away. I just, you know, went back to normal. And you actually don't see the full results until 3 months after the procedure. So I waited, and at the 3-month mark, I did realize that my face was healing great. It was looking tighter, better than ever. And I will mention that the radio frequency did help smooth out my skin too. So I'm really thankful that I was able to get this procedure done. I was thankful that I could find someone that's very highly qualified to be able to take care of my face. All these people who have touched my face has always done such a great job on it. So I'm really grateful for the nurses, the nurse practitioners, and my doctor to be able to take care of me. If you guys are curious, I'll link them below. And yeah, okay, so those are the procedures I've done to be able to slim down my face. So, you know, if you are unhappy, just know that you can always save your money for these procedures, and they are highly worth it in my opinion. Just make sure you go and do your research and see someone who is very qualified to be able to perform these procedures on you. The last thing I want to mention is the other things I've done that have helped me to slim my face down, to look more youthful, to kind of give me back that bounce and glow in my face. And the first thing is infrared light therapy. I don't know if you guys seen this, but it's basically like a red mask, that like red light mask, and it basically is used for burn victims. And they noticed that during that time, these victims would recover way faster. And so I believe that's how it started, but now it's like huge in the beauty industry. And a few of my beautiful and fancy clients recommended for me to try the Omnilux LED face mask. It's a little pricey, it's $400, but I waited for like a Mother's Day sale and got like 20% off, and I was able to try it. And I will say that it does work if I use it enough. And I am just completely lazy. So, you know, for me, I like things to be one and done. But with this, it looks crazy. My boyfriend always laughs at me when I wear this. But when I was consistently wearing this last year, I did notice that my face was smoother. It had less fine lines, and it was more tightened. I actually put it on my head too, because I heard it's good for like growing out hair, like hair loss and hair growth. And so yeah, you just turn this button on and it is a red light face mask. It's actually very nice, and this one you can wear it and it's portable, so I do really like this one. There's other ones on the market, but just know that like not all infrared light therapy face masks and products are created equally, and sometimes, you know, you never know what you're gonna get, so make sure you buy it from somewhere reputable. I recommend this because a few of my clients recommended it to me, and I really like it, so this is why I'm recommending it to you guys. We also move near an Air Force base, so they're constantly flying and testing out these like jets, these fighter jets, all day long. So it's like so hard to be able to find some quiet time to film. It's finally gone. Anywho, the last thing I will recommend is gua sha. It's from like a rose stone where you can do these like jade stone. It's a jade stone. It'll reduce your bloating by draining water from your face, and some people swear by it. I did buy one that's not a jade stone. This is like steel, I guess, surgical steel, and so it won't like rust or anything. And I'm not very consistent with doing gua sha because for me it's like a temporary thing too. You know, you basically just do all this to your face, right, and help drain the fluids from your face so that way you're less puffy from like waking up in the morning. And another plane is flying over as I speak. I have an old video of how I used to contour my face. It's moon face. I think the title was moon face, how I got rid of my moon face too, and it's pretty old. It's like 5 years ago that I filmed that one. And so you can definitely see the difference in my face now. But if you want to look at that, I basically show you how I contour my face, and I still do a little bit of that here and there. I usually like to do a darker color to contour my face right here to help my, you know, double chin look slimmer and not so obvious. So that is that. These are all of the things that I tried that has helped me. I hope that me being able to share these products and procedures and methods with you guys, that it will help you too. Let me know in the comments below. So as always, we're going to end this video with a quote that I like. Healing is not linear. It's okay to take 2 steps forward and 1 step back, as long as you're making progress. And this is by many philosophers, writers, and freethinkers that have quoted this. I'm not really sure the origin of the quote, but I will say that just remember that healing comes in waves. Sometimes you feel like you feel so awful, but just know that your body's doing its best to heal. So try to take care of yourself, try to listen to your body and do what it's asking you to. You know, sometimes it needs a break. It needs a break from work, so take some time off. Do some self-care, do some journaling, do some mental health care with yourself, go see a therapist. Remember the things you put inside of your body, whether it's social media, whether it's food, alcohol, being around people who are putting, you know, negative thoughts inside of your head. Your negative self-talk, all of that is cumulative to your recovery. So if you feel like, you know, you want to be on the best route to recovery, just make sure to take care of yourself. I finally embraced the self-care path, and I've been thriving ever since then. So it's so true when you believe that you are doing good and you're recovering and you're telling yourself every day I'm feeling better, and some days you don't, and then you question it all and you throw everything away, you know, your recovery progress, because you're like, nothing's working. Just remember that healing is not linear and it comes in waves, and one day you'll feel more like yourself, you'll feel like you're better, your best self ever, and that's when you'll know that it worked. So thank you guys for watching my video. I'm so grateful to be able to share all this information. I'm grateful for my journey, to be able to do these things and, you know, be able to relay them to you guys. It's been so positive and it's been helping me keep going. So if you found this video to be helpful, please like it. If you feel like someone might want to watch this video, please share it, and subscribe if you want to see more of my content coming up, because I have so much to share. So I'll see you guys next time. Bye.